Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already, check out part 1 of this series, which is pleating and prepping the sari. This video will be about draping step by step, so let's get started. Before we even start draping, I just want to talk about your undergarments. So as with anything, a strong, good, solid foundation is the basis for a good drape. I'm wearing the Saree Silhouette from Bhuva.com, but whatever petticoat you decide to wear, make sure that it has a strong drawstring and, if possible, an elastic to go with it, because you're gonna have to tie the drawstring pretty tight in order for you to feel secure and for the sari to hold throughout the day. If you don't have a strong foundation in a petticoat, you're gonna feel that the drape is gonna come undone. So make sure you get your undergarments right. And I'm also wearing the birthday crop from Bhuva.com, but any crop will do. So let's get started. So today I'm gonna be doing the nivy drape, which if you Google the term sari, most of the hits you'll get and most of the images you'll see will be of the nivy drape. So first things first, make sure your drawstring is tied tight and it feels secure, because it's gonna be holding 6 yards of fabric. So you wanna make sure that you have that right. And then also I recommend wearing your shoes, and you're gonna see why in a moment. When you start tucking in the other end of the sari, so not the pallu end, the one that you pleated, but the other end, you wanna make sure that the bottom of the sari lightly grazes the floor. You don't want it to do this, and you don't want it to be too high up. So you just want it to be like lightly grazing the ground. And then you want to put it against your body and tuck it in very flat. So you don't want to do this, because you're going to see bulges as you add more layers. What you want to do is just hold it against your body and tuck it in as flat against your body as possible. And this last bit has a tassel, so I'm just going to take it up a little bit so it doesn't peek through my drape. And then you just want to bring it around and keep tucking as flat as you possibly can. Okay, once you get back to your belly button, you want to just leave the sari and then get to the other end. Okay, so you want to take that last safety pin where you measured where your shoulder is. You want to just put that over your shoulder, and then take the edge closest to your body and bring it back here. And then, so you have this loop of fabric, and this is what you're gonna start pleating. So you can just untuck this a little bit, bring it over, I would say, to the right of your belly button, and start pleating here. And this technique I've shown in another video. I will link it here. Check that out, and make sure you get super comfortable with pleating before you start draping the sari. All right, so I'm happy with that. You want to make sure there's a little bit of fabric here left after you take that last pleat. Shake out your pleats and stagger them. This part is super important to get that beautiful flare at the bottom. Make sure you're staggering the pleats ever so slightly. Some people do iron down these pleats. I just don't like that straight look. I like it to have that fanned out look where it's kind of like together here and then the pleats fan out, so you get that beautiful hourglass look. But if you'd like to iron down or even use a hair straightener to kind of like hold these pleats, I would recommend that, especially if you're finding that the sari that you're draping is super puffy or it's not falling beautifully like this. And then once you're happy with it, you just want to pin these. And what I do is, as I go along, I'll remove safety pins from the pallu. Because we ironed it, I don't have to worry about it as long as I don't take off this pin before I pin it to my blouse. So just pin these together and hold it to the right of your belly button, because you don't want it to be like this, because then the pleats won't be centered. You don't want it to be like this. You want it to be centered, so you want to make sure that the leftmost pleat is to the right of your belly button. And I found that that is the secret sauce to getting your pleats centered. And then again, you want to tuck it in as flat against your body as possible, so there's no extra bulges here. And then just fix the pleats. And then this part, what you're gonna do is you're going to put your hand in through underneath all of the pleats, pull this, and get your pleats, your hip pleats, kind of like guide them with your hand, and pull this. And then just do a little twist and tuck it in here. And then any remaining fabric, you just want to fold forward. This top pleat has a tendency to kind of open and look clumsy and like not neat. So by folding this forward, you're making sure that even if it does that, this entire length of or section of the sari won't open too much. Okay, and that's pretty much it. You just want to make sure that you pull this nice and tight and fan out these pleats and make sure you like how they look. And then for this part, I would recommend getting someone to pin it either to your shoulder or even down here if you want it to stay close to your body. It's up to you. At this point, you can leave your drape like this or even add a belt so that all of these pleats stay in place and it looks comfortable. And that's it. I hope you guys found this useful. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. As always, this drape is super easy, especially with the silk sari, if you do the necessary steps and prep it and pleat it and take the time to show your sari that extra love and care. I hope you guys try out this drape. Let me know if you do and hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in a future video.